had just bled out. Almost didn't survive that.
Yeah.
Told my wife again, second time in a year, to tell her goodbye because I didn't think I was going to survive. But then to hear the surgeon go, hey, October 1st, you're good.
Get your life
You're
back.
healed 100%, looks fantastic. And a feeling of doing something that they thought might not even be successful.
Right.
Welcome back to Two Caring Gents, where real conversations meet real life growth. All right, building from nothing. There's many times in life that you will have a reset, right? Whether it's divorce or career, health. There's so many restarts in life that you start from square one. And sometimes it feels less than one, like ground zero. And for example, I know people listening, seeing me sitting here, probably wouldn't believe that a year ago I was still on bed rest. I was prepping for my third and fourth surgery of the summer. And I had just bled out. Almost didn't survive that.
Yeah.
And that was from the first surgery. Had a hematoma.
Right.
The tech caught it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and it was by chance that we caught it because they just got done bathing me. And I was on bed rest. Like, I did not...
Is this your right side, left side?
It was
or is your...
my right side.
Okay.
So it was the first one and the big surgery. So
that must have been the one I saw you that... Right, when the hemoglobin got crazy. And so post-surgery, that's when they found the hematoma?
No. Well, they knew of it, but it wasn't, like, significant.
Okay.
We're going to monitor it. Later that day, I took, like, the bath and all this stuff. The most, like, you get, as a patient, you don't get dignity.
Yeah.
The nurses do a wonderful job maintaining your dignity, but you just let it happen.
Yeah.
Go with it.
Yeah.
And
have to.
Yeah. And so I had, for the listeners, I had multiple pressure sores, both on my feet, on my butt. And, it was really a challenge because I got infections. And that led to a lot of surgeries just to save my life, and try to minimize the infection growth because it was in my bones. And so that surgery, I sat up and I was putting my shirt on because Rachel would always bring me shirts. I didn't want to wear the gowns. And I could smell the house, and it was just like, for me, a nice little cheat code I had to get through hospitals.
That's consistency.
Yeah. She'd bring me fresh linens, like fresh shirts, and just every time I put one on after every day of getting bathed, it was just like, reminded me of what I'm working towards.
Yeah.
It's a little piece. It's the carrot in front of the horse.
Love it.
And like, then you don't feel so like a patient, right? It's a little piece of, self. And so then we would go, and I was sitting up, and I remember looking down between my legs, and it was just like pouring out. It was so much blood that it was dark. It was like black.
And you're supine.
Yeah.
Right? You're laying down.
Laying down. I could sit up just to put a shirt on.
Just enough to see.
Yeah. And I was like, and I look at her and I go, and she was a great tech. I mean, she saved my life. She immediately put pressure. And I was like, I looked at her and she saw like just ghostly face because I knew this was bad.
Yeah.
I said, you're gonna have to go get some nurses, not just one, like get a couple.
Yeah.
They come in with everything and throwing IVs in your arm. And again, it was that moment that I didn't have the ability to have blood loss like this. I was that sick. I was on a thread, and I knew this could take me out very easily. Seeing the faces of everyone in the room, multiple doctors, multiple nurses, surgeons, and just trying to get the bleeding to stop, knowing I didn't have the blood to lose, and them being very concerned. So much so that I called my wife again, second time in a year, to tell her goodbye because I didn't think I was going to survive, and there was so much blood. And I started feeling that you're gonna pass out.
Yeah.
I was hanging on barely. They immediately got me down to surgery, and they stopped it, and they got me back to rebuild.
Yeah.
Right. To start again. You kind of got knocked down again. I was on a good flow, and then I get knocked down again. And then again, it was just every day listening to what they had to say.
Right.
Small things of consistency.
Yep.
Rotating in bed, making sure I got protein. I mean, all the things when you didn't want to eat, you know. I would get creative with the food. I found like food hacks. They were down in the kitchen. There was like, why is this guy out ordering? And I was ordering like I would figure out that I'm just going to the grocery store. So I'd make these weird requests of just ingredients.
Give me one.
And they would like, so like the big one for me was like, I would do obviously like BLTs, but then I did like some amazing breakfast sandwiches. I'd order toast. I would get the butter, and then I would get like so much bacon, then whatever they gave me. And then I said egg, and I had it all separate, and then I'd make it myself.
Yeah.
And it was just those kind of things. I knew I would eat that. And then there was some other ones I can't remember, but.
Love it.
I mean, like I got creative with salads. Like I would use the lettuce out of the salads. It's like almost like you're kind of incarcerated, and you're having to get creative.
Yeah.
And so the nurses loved it because they were always asking me what I cooked up.
Yeah.
But then it was those little things of consistency, protein. Make sure you're, rotating and you're not keeping pressure on that one area. And then listening to the doctors. And then it came to going home. You want to pull the trigger as fast as you can to get home. Listening to them, taking their advice. But then, they're so nervous when you go home because they're like, we have been consistent for you. We've been holding your hand.
Wow, that's...
Now,
are
can
you going to
be consistent and hold up to, because statistically, you're set up to fail.
Once you go home.
Once you go.
Yeah.
You get comfortable. You don't do it. You don't have anyone nudging you and making sure you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. It's all on you. It's fly or don't fly. Come back, and you probably don't have a second chance at this.
Right.
Right. And especially when it comes to pressure wounds, when they do the surgery, they can't keep redoing it. You're limited on how many surgeries you can have in that area.
Flaps, right?
Yeah.
You only have so much tissue that they can...
have so much tissue.
Yeah.
So the plastic surgeons are very like, hey, please do. So, I got the mattress, I got everything, and I was so strict on myself, pressure relieving, all the things, constantly. But what I took it in as is this has to be a part of my routine. This has to be a part of my life. And if I do this, and if I can help myself, that will lead me into helping others.
Right.
But I have to help myself first, and I have to get over this hurdle. And it was just those little bits, like, for example, the consistency. They're like, okay, you can start doing sitting protocols. It was August 1st of last year.
Okay.
2024, August 1st, 2024, 15 minutes 3 times a day. That is like getting a taste of probably the best drug you could get your hands on. That just gives you...
How long hadn't you been able to sit up?
9 months.
Oh.
So my body didn't even want to sit up. My spine was so stiff, and I was so stiff at the hips that it would take me so long to bend up. My legs didn't want to bend up towards me.
So that all started when you were really sick in November, December of 23.
Yeah.
Like that's when you had stopped having the ability to sit up.
No.
Keep going, sorry.
Yeah.
You started to go 15 minutes, 3 times 15 minutes a day where you could start putting pressure back on things. Wow.
And then but then you didn't want to go back to bed. So that came the consistency. And you had, as hard as it was and as sad as it was, because I wanted to be with my kids. I was, I remember the first day watching Levi with this T-ball set. The boys were playing T-ball. Julia was playing. I'm watching from the deck, and I'm just like, and then Rich had the alarm set on her phone. She's like, all right, time to go back to bed. I was like, I'm not done here, and I don't want to.
Yeah.
And it was so hard. But I knew where it was leading, and if I did what I was supposed to do, I would get to where I wanted to be. So just those little pieces, those little wins. And then that 15 turned double in a couple of days, like 5 days it doubled to 30 minutes 3 times a day. And then that would double 60 minutes. But then to hear the surgeon go, hey, October 1st, you're good.
Get your life
you're
back.
You're healed 100%, looks fantastic. And a feeling of doing something that they thought might not even be successful.
Right.
Because it really came down to the patient.
Right.
And the family of that patient. And it's wild. It's that consistency that gets you growth.
And small, I love how you said it too, that I think a lot of times what stands in our way is we feel like we have to do these massive things, and it isn't. It's small little bits that equal out to a really significant goal. And I love the school analogy. Especially now, people will go to school to get an MBA or to get a to get a nurse practitioner or what, and that's like a 3-year. Yeah. 3-year thing, and they're taking 5 hours here and 5 hours there and 5 hours there. But it's proof positive that nothing great comes quick. Nothing, and just like you didn't get your health back quick. You had to be consistent every day. Yeah. But with the consistency too, right now, we're in a quiet spell with you for the most part. Like thank God you're healthy. Yeah. Like I'm grateful for that. Obviously we got a lot going on with the show, and we have a lot of goals together to do some amazing things. But that consistency we talk about the times in between the storm. It's coming. There's gonna be something. I'm gonna have something, right?
We're no one's immune to it. I mean, I thought after a cancer, I'm good.
Yeah.
Like if I could survive that, and man, I will say the things that I dealt with after that, there was moments I didn't think I could do it. There was a lot of doubt, self-doubt, the little things you would hear just catch in your ear, that would increase that doubt.
Yeah.
I remember I used to I would hate hearing from a doctor. I'd hate hearing from a nurse. I felt judgment. I felt like they didn't believe in me, but that was all in my head. They were there, like it would almost create this resentment because I was where I didn't want to be, and you feel forced, but you're not, but you feel forced. And, you would nitpick, like, I don't want to do that. I don't think that's necessary, but it was necessary.
Yeah.
And it's a battle. It's an internal battle, and then you just have to realize that what they are doing is in your best interest. And even though it may seem burdensome, and I think that's where most of it came, the resentment. It was so much of my time that it was taken away from my kids, taking me away from what I really wanted to be there for and where I felt I should be. But realizing if I can't help myself, I can't help anyone. I can't help them. If I'm not well, what good am I to anybody? And so it was just those self-reflections, and I did a lot of it, but that's where I really learned the power of reflection. Yeah. Was laying there from sun up to sundown through the night. I mean, the same position. Right. Other than 2 degrees this way, 2 degrees that way. Thank you for tuning in to Two Caring Gents. I hope what was discussed resonates with you or someone you know. Please, if there's someone in your life that, what we discuss you think needs to hear, please share. Please like and subscribe. That helps us as this channel grows to really move everything forward. So thank you for your time listening in, and we look forward to sharing more with you next week. Thank you, and have a wonderful week.